Hi guys, welcome back to the Magics of Life channel, and today those of you who like to spend time with me to discuss different interesting topics, guys, here get ready, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your juice, whatsoever, cookies, because we're gonna have a long time together this evening, and we're gonna discuss primary elements. And we're gonna discuss primary elements in terms of male characters. We're gonna discuss representatives like men with primary element fire, water, air, earth, all together. And I will be using very nice example. We will be discussing this based on the film. If you read maybe or watched this film based on the book of Dumas, Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan. I think most of you familiar with this movie. I hope. That was one of my favorite writers of my childhood. I just love to read books by Dumas. And this movie I adore from my childhood. All the links I am leaving below in description box to this video. You will find link for the site where you can watch this film with English subtitles, where some songs, really cool songs from this film. And some other useful links, okay, related to elements and to our discussion this evening. So, four musketeers, or three and D'Artagnan, and they represent exactly, each of them a representative of pure primary element, pure male character. And I will guide you, I will tell you how to distinguish, how to get the difference, how to understand who represents which element without even knowing person's time of birth, date of birth, place of birth, because that's everything we use to calculate your primary elements. But even without knowing it, just as I showed you in previous primary elements videos, just easy, simple psychological test might reveal your set of primary elements. Our third primary element responsible for which partners we choosing, with whom we want to spend our life. This is our third element. We're most attracted to the people with primary element which resonates, which is the same with our third element. And with the people whose representatives of our own primary element, we can be good friends. But all the unions, all the very long friendships, long-term friendships, we having with the people whose first element is our third element. And here's a test for you, my dear girls. If you watch this movie, or better to say when, because weekend is ahead, we all can take few hours to relax and watch this movie again, as I did write in all the notes here based on this movie, to talk to you about elements today. So I viewed it again. I love this so much. I love the spirit of the movie. I love actors. I love songs. I like costumes. It's everything. And I know there is another movie, American or so, filmed in 2013 or 2014 about Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan. But when I started watching this new one, that was horror. I didn't like, no atmosphere. It reminds me of some sort of modern blockbuster. Not some historical movie, because this movie filmed in Soviet Union in 1979, it's still, so much heartwarming to me. it still transmits the vibe of this epoch when Musketeers lived at. But when I watched this horror sample or attempt of trying to make historical film, everything's so messed up. So you can try to watch this one, which is American version or something, but guys, I doubt that you will see, first of all, in such pure forms, that you will see elements and different men of different elements. And I doubt, you know, that you will see this atmosphere, this beautiful, wonderful atmosphere of Paris, of France, by that century. No, everything in 2013 movie was so modern. Like, really, I was watching some sort of blockbuster, like Bruce Willis vibe, you know, these blockbusters of 19th and this with guns and everything. Really not that epoch. Anyway, that's only my opinion. Please don't trust me. Go and make your own opinion. That's what I am teaching here at my channel. I am not a person who will say, you must trust me blindly, whatever I am telling you. No. Here I am teaching you to go, turn on your brain, think, and make your own conclusions. And of course, I'm sharing my conclusions through the prism of my karmic experience. So guys, here we have Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan. I loved this movie when I was a child. I loved it so much. And I relate myself, of course, I relate myself with D'Artagnan. When I was a kid, I related myself with D'Artagnan, because I was same, you know, like fiery, feisty, loved to fight, to run, loved different, all sort of activities, always was in epicenter of different intrigues and everything. So I so much related with his adventures, and if I was choosing whom I would be playing in this movie, or which life I would be living, with whom I want to exchange bodies or souls for experience, of course, no doubt it would be a D'Artagnan, because everything is easy. My primary element is fire, just like his. But when we had a discussion with the girls, after watching this movie, of course, we're having discussion, and like asking whom you wanna get married from this, for Musketeers. Guys, my answer wasn't D'Artagnan, because, you know, I'm fire myself. I don't need another one crazy next to me. My answer always was Athos. Athos, you know, this calmness vibe, like very solid rock. His appearance on the screen, you know, brings and radiates this calmness, this peace, this confidence. So my answer always was Athos. No doubts. And when my grandparents were asking like why Athos, I was telling at least he had a title, he had maybe some more money, more heritage and this everything, because he was a count, as I remember, or duke, something like this. He had the title there, definitely. And I was telling, look, and he is smart. He is really smart and calm, and this everything what I appreciate, because my third element is earth. I appreciate these qualities I don't have in other people, and I always trying to hang out with such people who given me this vibe. Okay, but me myself, I am D'Artagnan. I am the fire. So here we go. And But we will be starting discussion with another type of man, not with fire, because fire is too obvious for now, especially for those of you who did watch this movie and gonna to view it again. We're gonna start our discussion with watery man, with a man whose primary element is water. So what are the positive traits, what are the negative traits, and who representative of this water primary element in this movie? In this movie, the representative of this watery element is Porthos. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Porthos. First of all, Porthos like to eat. And he is eating a lot, and he was a bit overweight, because water is lazy. Water tend to indulge in earthly pleasures like food, tasty drinks, alcohol drinks, drugs, love making, and so on. Water has a tendency, when water is in minus, when this primary element, when we're talking about negative traits of this primary element, water tends to do this. No rush, no fast reactions. If you will be watching second episode of this movie, you will see, even in this short song I'm attaching, in this short song link, you will be seeing his cardinals, guardsmen, cardinals guardsmen attacked Porthos with a big like wand from tarot cards, like we used to see on some tarot cards, with this big wand. He attacked him on the shoulder. And how slow Porthos turned around, like it wasn't anything, and headed him back. But reaction was very slow, and if you observe him, his movements in this movie, his everything, it's everything slow, and he's introverted and indecisive, and sometimes when we observing, he loves to brag. He loves to brag about different remember the reason of him calling out D'Artagnan on a duel, because D'Artagnan revealed that his belt, or what he used, like sling, sort of sling, that his sling from the back side wasn't as beautiful as it was from their front side, and D'Artagnan sort of revealed this, and Porthos lost his face in front of many people to whom he bragged about external things. Water appreciates this beautiful things, especially women. We're talking about men today, no, but especially women, those who dressed very feminine, very beautiful, have their own style, whom other people watching how they dressing up, that's most likely will be watery woman, because fire woman will be like me. I don't care much what I'm wearing, but whenever I'm wearing something, it should be eye-catchy, something bright, something unusual about it. But water, they dressing up with real taste, with real style, and same as Porthos. Even male, those if your man taking a lot of care about his looks and dresses, how he dressed, like I won't be wearing this shirt with this jacket. No, if you're hearing something like this from a man, most likely his primary element will be water, and same with Porthos. But let's talk about positive sides of watery man. positive side, that they will be always the first ones who gonna protect those people whom they love. Okay, they will be the first. And as you've seen in this movie in part 2, and in this short song, he was the first one who stayed to let the 3 of them to keep moving. He said, I will stay, I will protect, I will fight, and you keep moving to the England, okay? You keep, stay on track. But he was the first one to react, to respond, and stay there to fight, to protect those people whom he loved, whom he appreciated, his friends. He was the first one to stay and to protect them. And which else his traits, like homebody, a little bit lazy, from him. And he may fall into influence of other people. If you noticed, you will be watching, I know, maybe you will come back later after watching this movie, you will come back to my explanations, okay, how I draw parallels. If you will be watching the behavior after duel, but the duel was interfered, as you know. Their duel was interfered by Cardinal's guardsmen. They didn't let them to fight, so they united all 4 together and fighted Cardinal's guardsmen. Okay, so if you watch his behavior after the duel, when Aramis starts singing, Porthos joined him first, okay, and the other 2. And then they joined the singing as well, but other 2, Athos and D'Artagnan, they were busy with their business, doing something, because as I mentioned in many of my videos, only fire and earth elements, these elements who are ruling their earth, who are in politics, who are in discoveries, who are in changing the world, and the other 2 elements, they mostly assist. But those who implement real changes and go hand in hand, that's fire and earth. But anyway, let's back to Porthos. He easily falls into influence of other people here. Romantic, traditionalist, and in pluses, real family man, a real a family, a man with whom you're comfortable with. And if you have read the book Musketeers 20 years later, he had a family. So he had a family, he was happy in marriage. I will even check for you, because I don't want to misguide you. I don't want to misguide you, never. But as far as I remember, because I read this book so long ago. Yeah, he got married on Miss Cockner, something like this. And her character wasn't that soothing, wasn't that soft as his character. So he got such woman. Yeah, he was married, yeah. So here we go. So these people, they tend to have family, have happy family, whatsoever the partner's character is, they gonna adjust to it, and they gonna live together in peace. Okay, so that's about him. And one more point, why he belongs to water. Water never in rush, as I said. And if you recall first episode, when they came to the duel, appeared Aramis and Porthos were seconds of Athos. Athos fought D'Artagnan first. So they were late, and Athos telling where are they, because they still not present, they still not here. So they were late, and this is a problem always of watery men and aerial men, of airmen. They tend to be late. they tend to be late, and fire tend to rush. As D'Artagnan said to Athos, as far as I remember, I will be there 10 minutes before. I will be there 10 minutes before to save my ears, because Athos promised him to cut off his ears, and D'Artagnan said, okay, I will be there 10 minutes before this time to save my ears. So D'Artagnan said that fire always in rush. I'm not saying that fire never late, fire sometimes wait, but the reason why fire is late is it's intentionally to make other people wait and show their superiority over other people. So that's huge difference. When water late, it's just water, it's slow. When air late, then most likely on their way to the place they met someone else, they chatted to someone else, they were distracted by something interesting. That's the main reason when aerial people and aerial men are late. They think they bumped into someone on the way, they think something interesting, you know, someone speak to them, and they experience this sort of delay. When water late, because just it's slow, it's melancholic temper at times, you know. And when fire is late, this is intentionally to show who is the superior here, who is the alpha here, to make, not because fire can come in time, no, just to make other people wait and show who is the boss here. So that's the difference between elements, how they behave. So we already investigated that Porthos belongs to his primary element is water. And if you like him, because in our discussions with girls after this movie, some girls really liked Porthos and were telling he's such a cutie. If I was to marry back that time and had one of Musketeers to choose from, this was gonna be Porthos. He is such a cutie, such a sweetie. I love his beautiful decorations, apparel. I like his hair, and he had some sort of in his hair, some sort of I forgot the word. Bow. He had some sort of bow in his hair. If you watch the movie, and I like his bow. He's such a cute. So that's watery man, and often. When I'm consulting people, I consulted two stylists, male stylists. They both have primary element water, and they're really doing even better than women in this fashion field. Man stylist, okay. And so Porthos had this beautiful bow in his hair, this beautiful sling, you know, and just charming character. So some girls really adored him. If you feel like your heart belongs to this musketeer, most likely your third element is water. So you're attracted to this type of man, okay? And we're moving next. Sorry, we're not moving next yet. I want to tell you more of pluses and minuses of watery man. Of course, I noted. So in plus, they are romantic. They are sentimental. You feel mentally comfortable with them. They gonna be, you know, your shoulder, your ears. They always gonna listen to you, to your pains. They gonna respond. They most of the time they're very calm, caring, kind-hearted. As I said, that he was the first one to stay and protect his friends. Feels a mood of their partner, guess really good in guessing desires, sort of, you know, this sixth sense. They making good fathers who spoil their kids and wives, will always help, creates a comfortable atmosphere, like soul of the company, who understands women. Again, all female psychologists, most likely these men have water as their primary element, okay? Or at least as their fourth element, which is social, how they manifest themselves in society. but most of them will be having first element water and fourth element, which is responsible for you choosing a profession, will be having water as well. So they not demanding, they patient, and very traditional as well, like traditional. They don't like to change something. But in minus, they always pulse and wait for something. They are very indecisive. And this you can see if you watch episode number 2, when D'Artagnan came to them and said, okay, we need to go to London for to Buckingham to get this pendants, diamond pendants for the queen. Then Porthos and Aramis, they were hesitant, very hesitant, like, why do we need, what's the mission, why you talking, mistress, tell us more. Like, they were undecisive, and they said, we are staying until Athos changed their mind. But we will talk later about it when we will be discussing Athos and his character. So pulse and ways, introvert, easily influenced by others, and as I said, Athos changed their mind. He actually said something to them, like, even not say it, as far as I remember, I watched, he just, these 2 fingers he put, like, that was enough. Okay. Because Earth's not the person who gonna give you a lot of speeches, no, they're gonna give you a lot of deeds. Next, they may fall into blues, they goes away from a direct answer, and they walking around the bush, and you can see it so clear at the first episode when he came to the duel and telling, look, I fight with this dude D'Artagnan as well, and Athos asking him why, and he said, we had some sort of I made some notes. Let me. Is this about Aramis notes? Where I made about Porthos? Yeah, he said, I'm going to fight D'Artagnan because I like to fight. But he didn't say that D'Artagnan revealed that my sling not as beautiful as I claimed from the back side as it's beautiful from the front side. No, he never goes away from a direct answer. Why he might say to Athos, look, we're gonna fight because of my sling. You know, he revealed that I am cheating other people. And if you're dealing with liars, the best liars always is water and air. And they, especially water makes very good, very best actors, because they can lie unbelievably. And he said, I gonna fight D'Artagnan because I love to fight. Like, I'm courageous. Wow. Well, he's not. He's a homebody, sweet pie, but anyway. But he said, I gonna fight because I love to fight. That made my day, you know, like, they never given a direct answer. Doesn't know how to say no, doesn't know how to refuse. What else was here? Some notes for you, you know. Again, they're vulnerable, take everything so close to the heart, and his vulnerability was showed so obviously with the example of this sling, of this beautiful sling. They giving you beautiful promises, watery men, they giving you a lot of beautiful, they drawing you a lot of beautiful castles, but they never act upon it. As I said in previous videos about my about my favorite topic, primary elements, as I said before, such men, and I had clients who dated such men, and she said he promised me sort of to buy me a car as a gift, But for 8th of March, he didn't even bring me flowers. So for my birthday, he didn't even bring me a box of chocolates. He just kept feeding me with promises that baby, look, I don't want to buy you this miserable something. I'm dreaming to buy you a car, and I will be buying you a car this year. It will be good, right? And she, of course, yeah, right, but go buy a chocolate. Oh. That's all my comment. Because I won't be dating this man. Anyway, but if you dating such man, look closely. Is he in pluses or minuses of his primary element? Because if he's in minuses, you will be constantly getting beautiful promises, beautiful pictures, wordings of your future together, but never ever over years, over months, any step towards these dreams, and in minus, such man can live with his mother and usually lie on the couch in front of TV, complain about life, get fat. Again, get fat. Portos was the fattest one, okay? Without changing anything, for years and years, not changing anything. And another woman, at my consultation, she had lettering with one guy who constantly promised her to come visit her to see one another in Rio in 3D, and he wasted 2 years of her life, and another one was even crazier, 6 years of her life. But guys, it's most likely this watery type of man. But only you decide if they in pluses of the primary element. Then they might be really, really, really nice people. Nice for you if your third element is water. But even if they are nice and vibrating in pluses of the primary elements, but if your third element is earth, you will never ever be happy with such man. You will be trying constantly change him, because he can't produce earth for you. He can't, baby. He can't do this. He's a water. Okay, now we move into the aerial man. Finally, Aramis, this wonderful and another fashionista guy in this movie. So such guys, they were diplomatic, they soft and tactful. Again, they might become as a waterman, a soul of the company. They easygoing, but they rarely initiators of going somewhere. But if their friends are going, like 100%, they gonna jump and join them. But initiators should be earth or fire, because they said you earth and fire, they rule the world. They very erudite, they great friends, they understanding, they easygoing, they contrary to the water, they are not homebody. They are not a homebody. They idealists, humorists, again, they are up to date. And here we go, humorists. Just pay attention how Aramis jokes during the entire movie. And again, liars at times, not revealing all truths, weaving answers, but we're gonna go to this. From the pluses, they are curious, they constantly learning. What else? They fooling around and laughing. They very convenient, they adapt to you. But from minuses, they are evasive, they avoid confrontation. If you watch at Aramis, when they bumped with D'Artagnan in the episode 1, he dropped this handkerchief. Yeah, handkerchief. I hope I pronounce it right. This handkerchief he dropped, and this handkerchief belongs not to him but to some Madame Boitrecia. Yeah. And he dropped it. And D'Artagnan picked it up from the ground and said, "Look, sir, you dropped your handkerchief." Okay, and he said, "No, why on earth you decide it's mine?" So they avoid confrontation. And his attempt to avoid this confrontation, he knew which handkerchief he... Really difficult word to me. I hope there is a synonym. Okay, let me see if there are any synonyms so you can understand me. Okay. Handkerchief, again. Handkerchief, no synonyms, but short one, hanky. Okay, hanky. Hanky. Hanky, let's call it hanky or viper, but viper more like for... Anyway, hanky. So, here we go. He stepped over this hanky. He stepped with his boot, trying not to allow D'Artagnan to pick it up from the ground. So that was his attempt to avoid this confrontation. And even when he picked this up and said, "Sir, look, that's your hanky," he was, "No, why you decide so?" They can't say no to people. Again, they often with their friends, and yeah, he was unlike Porthos was also with his friends. Remember, water and air can be soul of the company because they're sweethearts. Athos wasn't. So often with their friends, they always given more words than deeds. They are very frivolous, and this is shown through movie. Like this hanky belonged to a woman. Okay, and he had a discussion about different women. He was seeing different women. He had. And it's shown, clearly, like, and even in his speech, like, to some nuns, he was telling, "Oh, my sister, I hope I will return to spend more time with you and give you speeches about the Lord," or something like this. So they're frivolous, and again, they dodges an unpleasant answer, same like water. They love to gossip. They often, if we're talking about modern men, they often watch all sort of shows. At times they may seem phlegmatic. And in the movie, even though he's given a little bit of sanguinic vibe, but only because such men, they can joke really well. But doesn't mean that he himself loving to joke. So phlegmatic, his temper would be described more like phlegmatic, doesn't speak directly, again, and using a lot of vague wording, and often doesn't finish speaking, doesn't finish his speeches. And what else here? Yeah, they often doubt and cares about wide personal space and distance. Anyway, that's Aramis, and especially his oration skills. You remember from the movie when he stopped Cardinal's guardsman by his speech given that all of you gonna burn and fiery hyena, you all go to hell, like now kneel and pray. He gave this charismatic speech in episode 2, and in this short song I'm sharing in the description box, you will watch. It's 5 minutes piece of a movie with a song in it. So he stopped a lot of Cardinal's guardsmen just with his speech, because they're very charismatic. They have really great oration skills. These people representative of air, they often are public speakers, because they very, very, very charismatic, and it's easy, simple with them, as they accept you as you are, will always be there to support you with a kind word, But the minuses of such man, he himself doesn't know what he wants. And it's very clear, obvious in the movie, like he's hesitant between this career of musketeer and career of an abbot. So he doesn't want, he still doesn't know what he wants. He himself very hesitant, doesn't know what he wants, afraid to make decisions. What if he makes a mistake? So usually decisions taken instead of such people by someone else taking, or obstacles taking these decisions for them. Often such men in minus, they given empty promises, then coming up with excuses, lies, never finish speaking, you know. And I had a friend with primary element air, and when he said me like I'm going to get married, like going to propose, you know, it's like, to me it's like air, it's blah 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 blah, like this blah blah, because this man, and in a week I asked him, so how is your proposal, how you already got married? He said, yeah, we went to this registry office to apply, but later in 2 days we had argument, so we went back and take it away. And I had no doubts about it, because that's air, and it's constantly blah 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 blah, whatever they telling you, and this will make your life so easy. Never take them serious. Whatever they will be blah 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 blah, they're gonna promise you something, they're gonna tell you something. Never take them serious unless they have third element earth. Then such a aerial man, he can maybe fulfill some of his promises, maybe, or fire, but fire again lesser chance than earth, because they will be thinking that this is a better model to behave as earth. They will like such behaviors, and they will think that this is ideal, this will be ideal behaviors in their eyes. But if it's air, whatever they say in serious or not, they might tell you about projects, investments, invite you into something, you know, like perceive this like blah 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 blah. That's it. Never ever, and this is so helpful, especially in business and for businessmen, because in order not to be deceived, such people they can convince you. Aerials, they have this gift, they have this oration skill as Aramis. He stopped entire group of cardinals, guardsmen. He stopped by his speech, not by his sword, let's say, yeah? He stopped them by speech. They're very convincing. That's why very important when I'm consulting businessmen, very important to know who is your opponent, you know, because if it's air or air water, whatever they're promising you, whatever they're describing you so beautiful, it will be like this marriage or engagement. It will be just blah 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 blah. So that's it. I hope it was funny. So that's Aramis and his character, and I invite you to watch and to discover yourself, to make your own judgment, to see, first of all, I invite you to see with whom you relate, whose life you want to live, whom you want to play in this movie, if you had this opportunity, and another whom you would like to get married to or have as your best friend, because it's gonna reflect on your third primary element, even without the calculations. If you live in accordance to your primary element design, because sometimes you might get under influence of the stronger elements like earth, like fire, if you have such parents, so you will be living wrong designs. Keep this in mind, because some of you might say, look, I like, for example, I like Aramis, but my third element, like earth, then most likely you lived in such environment when your behavior patterns were replaced with others, and in order to survive this happens often during childhood, you accepted. You started to act as an heir, maybe, or like heir, because you had no way out. Anyway, let's not complicate things. Keep it easy. Whoever you like from these four guys, from these four musketeers, most likely this is gonna be your third element. Like in terms of not you relate with, because I relate with D'Artagnan, because I am fire. But if I would be marrying, my choice would never be a D'Artagnan. Never ever. I don't need another one crazy next to me. My choice would be Athos. So keep this in mind. That with whom you relate, it's different, and it's most likely gonna represent your first element. And whom you wanna get married to, that's your third element. So guys, let's keep moving. Now we're moving to my favorite character, to Athos, solid as a rock, earth element. They always are reliable, strong, responsible. Such men, they surely know what they want. They always know what they want. Not this, yeah, I want this and I want that, I want maybe that, and I can decide. And when he's telling you this, you sort of like, are you bananas? Like this, you know, like. So, they persistent, they like a stone wall. If you important to this man, he will protect you and take care of you at any cost. They are charming, attractive as well. They know how to please people. I mean, like how to care about people at physical level. How to care about their comfort, not soul comfort. They won't be listening to you whining and, you know, crying and some gossips. But if you're hungry, they're gonna bring you butter bread with caviar or invite you to restaurant. Okay? If you want to go buy new Balenciaga bags, they're gonna give you credit cards and say, go, do it, feel happy. But they will never be listening to you. And gossips and everything. They know how to increase wealth for the sake of their family and their people. They can do a lot, but they're not interested in the rest of the people. They will be defending your interest as they own, as if they love you. They always thinking about future and about consequences, and they're very passionate. And you can watch, first of all, even the reason for duel. If with Aramis it was Henke of the lady and his affair with a lady, that was Henke, and this because he's womanizer. Most of our men, they womanizers. If with Porthos it was about looks, how he looks in front of people, and he hurted his shell. With Porthos it was because of looks. Then with Athos it was only because of, let's say, physical health. D'Artagnan bumped into Athos, and Athos was injured, and he bumped him and you know, sort of into his shoulder with a wound, and that was a reason for the duel. That was like a real physical threat. Not like ladies, or not like you said something bad about it. Maybe I have some dirty spots on my clothing. No. That was real, normal, earthly matter. Health. Reason for duel. So they always thinking about the future. If you remember, when Cardinal's guardsmen caught them at the spot of duel, and challenge them to go with them to the prison. And there was a suggestion to fight with them, not to go to prison. And D'Artagnan willingly said, look, take me with you, I'm gonna fight alone with you. Maybe I'm not a musketeer by my dress, but I'm a musketeer with my heart. He said, a really, nice, brave speech. And they were, like thinking. Again, Aramis very hesitant. He isn't a leader of this pack, let's say. Porthos is hesitant as well. It's water. What you want from a person who doesn't have solid core. And these people, air and water, they were made to obey to someone. Like it or not, I'm telling you how it is in terms of elements. And they were hesitant. But Athos said, look, if we fight now, and we will be fighting, four of us will be fighting, then and if we gonna be defeated, sort of, they will say that there were three of us. Oh, sorry, they will say that there were four of us, but in fact one is one is wounded and other one is a child. He mean D'Artagnan, like, doesn't know how to fight well. Okay, so he said, like, look, this is gonna be this way. So I was always thinking about consequences, about options, what's gonna be. And he is also a decision maker, and he was definitely a leader of this pack before D'Artagnan joined them. Okay, he was a leader, and he was the first one again to make this gesture. In the movie, you have seen two winners, let's fight them, let's accept this, let's accept D'Artagnan's offer of help, and let's fight Cardinal's guardsman, so let's do it. He was a leader of opinion, and then only these two, Ariel and Watery, followed him, his decision. But before they were only babbling, blah 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 blah, making their suggestions, but no one was showing responsibility for decision making. Only Athos here say, okay, let's do it. And then D'Artagnan joins them. So here we go. Let me add more. And again, Earth is value when he met D'Artagnan. And D'Artagnan offered him, knowing that he's wounded, he offered him, he said, sir, here I have with myself a healing balm of my mom, and using it, applying it to your wound, you will be healthy in 3 days, you will be recovering. So maybe let's give you 3 days after you fully recovered, and use this balm, and it will be my honor to fight with you. And Athos said, no, thank you, like, it's pleasure, to hear this, but I can fight well with both my hands. So again, and this to me about techniques, even techniques of how they fight in, it's so much reflected. As I mentioned, Aramis, he stopped entire squad of Cardinal's guardsmen by his speech, like, and he often, using wordings as well during fight. Pay attention to this. He often telling something like, sorry. He's, talkative when he's fighting. He isn't doing it in silence, okay? He's more talkative than others. Porthos is very slow. He uses physical force, and everything goes very slow, and he fights more with fists than with sword, actually. Because water is always slow and lazy and tend to overeat and overweight. They often have such problems. Girls, boys, both. So we move in, and Athos, he is very technical, as all earthly people, methodological. So he learned how to fight with both hands, and he's fighting. And this shows that he invested a lot of hours and hours and hours into practice. And this what makes Earth and Earth. And D'Artagnan, he's very creative when he fights. He will be using any tricks, just he can use some tricks like an air, as he used when Cardinal's guardsmen chased after him. He have seen that fire tends to overestimate his power, you know, tends to overestimate, to think great about himself. But when he sees that, my God, I'm screwed, then he ran and seen a girl, and he kissed this girl, and this squad of Cardinal's guardsmen, they just passed by. When he says, my God, I'm screwed. Because fire is very creative, so he will be using everything he can use. It's not like Porthos, who will be using physical power, who will be using wands mostly, who will be using even bodies of other people to fight, you know. No, he will be using everything he can, because that's fire, a very creative guy. Aramis will be using speech, D'Artagnan will be using speech sometimes, but only to make his enemy angry, to call reaction, to brag, either to brag, either to try to humiliate his opponent. So not as a weapon. He won't be using his speech as Aramis did, as a weapon. No, he will be using either to brag, you know, and call for emotions, for strong emotions, either he will be using to humiliate. So that's a fire. That's a fire, guys. But we're still talking about Earth. This is Athos, so very methodological guy. Does what he needs, can be tough, secretive. Remember in next episodes, like third or fourth, when he revealing this secret of his connection to Milady, when he revealing this secret that he was married to her. This, as I remember in last episode. And who could know, who could guess? Earth is very secretive. Stubborn, not flexible, hard to convince. Again, I said you, when D'Artagnan offered him, use this balm, recover, and let's fight then. I will be here. No, it's so hard to convince them when decision is taken. It's so hard. Does what suits him, divides into friends and enemies. He divides people. Earth divides people into friends and into enemies. They are master of manipulations as well when they're in minus. If he doesn't see a personal point in doing something, he cannot be forced to do this. And he afraid of emotionality, since rationality is his foundation. And he loves to lecture at times, and he's a homebody. Really, truly, same as water. If air always on the go, if fire always on the go, earth and water, they often are homebodies here. So that's a toss. Watch this movie, make your judgments about him, about his earthly element. And we move into my favorite, D'Artagnan, fire. They always leaders, they very purposeful, they very active, they very confident, they always knows what they want. When he's coming to the Treville, he's telling something like, you could be blah blah blah. I can't recall where I make my notes. Anyway, and they sing him song at the beginning, and D'Artagnan, he's telling you can earn good money, sort of this. And D'Artagnan is telling, there is nothing we like better than fame. So when Earth is making career, a priority for Earth, it's always money. When fire is making career, money never a priority. Fame is. Money never a priority. And they are singing the song which displays fiery element so vivid. You know, they singing like there is nothing like better than fame. We Gascons have the best taste in the world. They are singing there is nothing like better than fame. And they singing Burgundy, Normandy, Champagne or Provence. There is a fire in your veins too, but fortune's interest lies elsewhere, as long as there exists Gascony. So here, you know, it's like a lot about fame, and he says, I want to make a career, and fire always knows what they want, always knows. And at Cardinal's office, or at the meeting with the Cardinal, let's say, Cardinal making him really good earthly offer. And as far as I remember, he even discussed this offer with Athos, and Athos said him, wow, that was a really great offer from the earth point of view. Yeah, that's nice. Why didn't you take it? But he said to Cardinal, look, my friends, all my friends, it happens so that all my friends belongs to Musketeers, and all my enemies belongs to your people. I am not taking your offer. Even though Cardinal said maybe you will take more time to think about this offer. But fire always knows what he or she wants. They always are making this initiative. They knows how to take responsibility. And I love very much to observe the interactions between Athos and D'Artagnan. From the movie line, I come to conclusions that they sort of much closer than D'Artagnan to Porthos or D'Artagnan to Aramis. He is closer to Athos, and he met him first. And at this tavern, when D'Artagnan came there and said, look friends, we all going to London, he decided already for what his friends will be doing, and showing initiative, leader qualities. He didn't came with maybe you want to go to like this, you know, miserable, maybe you want to do this or so. No, he came and said, we all will be going to London. And Aramis and Porthos, especially Porthos, because Porthos is homebody, he reacted, what? Like, why? Can you explain us why? It's a mission, it's related to Queen. It's important to Queen, he said, yeah. It's a mission and it's important to Queen, and we will be going to London. Porthos and Aramis didn't support him. But then Athos approached him with a right question. He said, D'Artagnan, is it only important to Queen? Because remember, Earth won't move their finger for people who not theirs. Because they divide people on theirs and not theirs. Same I am doing. And they will not move their finger for those people who not theirs. They will not move. And like Queen, what are you talking to me about, Queen? Why should we go, risk everything, go to that London? And he approaches him with a very right earthly question, because this how Earth manifests, as I said, they love to you. He said, is it only important to Queen D'Artagnan, or is it important to you too? And when D'Artagnan said, yeah, this is important to me too, because a woman I love involved into this. And on this depends her future, he said. He answered to Athos. Only Athos approached D'Artagnan with the right question. And these bubble gums Porthos and Aramis, they were like, why can you tell us more about this secretive mission? We should know. And how D'Artagnan can reveal this secret that Queen's lover, Buckingham, Duke of Buckingham or whatsoever, got jewelry from her and blah 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 blah. Of course, fire, not a gossiper. Not a gossiper. Your secrets are very safe with fire. But aerial person and water, remember, they are biggest gossipers in the world. And they asked from their point of view, through their prism of their karmic seed, they asked, tell us more about this mission, we need to know more, like we need to hear more. This rescue to the queen, in order not to be busted with her lovers, Buckingham, blah blah. They wanted to hear these details, but only Athos approached D'Artagnan with the right question, asking him, like, is it only important to Queen, or is it important to you, my friend? And he said, this is important to me, because woman I love, she is involved, and she asked me to do this. And then Athos said and made his famous move, when they in tavern, he made this, and two assholes, which is Aramis and Porthos, followed him. Because as I said, air, water, never made to rule. Only earth and fire are strong leaders. If you have a president of the country, a water or air, I feel pity for your country. Because that's gonna be a puppet of someone else in someone else's hands. It will always be a puppet. So only when Athos made his famous gesture, these two joined and decided, okay, we are leaving. So, and they left to London on this rescue mission. Whew, that was intense. Let me give you more, because I stopped describing like interrelationship between fire and earth, because I love this so much, you know. I am a fire researcher, Solomon, so I was carried away with that. And back to fire, they always show initiative. They are winners at any cost. There is no word impossible for the fire. They're gonna win at any cost. If they gotta die there, anyway, they're gonna win. They're never afraid of competition. They're very protective. They overcome any obstacles. They make impossible things possible. And they themselves transforms many times in a lifetime. Again, if you will be reading a book 20 years afterwards about three Musketeers and D'Artagnan, you will see this, how he transformed over time, how D'Artagnan transformed. They always create something new and moves the world forward, as I said, fire. They bring progress. They're very passionate, amorous. And you seen this, how he felt in love with my lady. This doesn't make them womanizers, because here you should know the line. Womanizers are aerial, guys. They prefer to keep many women around, to feel popular, to feel at the top. And fire, they easily burnt, you know, and if women not able to keep their interest, they lose an interest and shift on something else. But they're not the cheaters. When he was with this Constance already, he was loyal and he did really great things for her. But before, he sort of had a crush on my lady, then he had this cute girl, Kate, as I remember, sort of some love vibes. So they are amorous, let's say, but they never womanizers. They can get you a star from the sky in excitement, when they excited, you know. And this Constance, she kept him excited, and so wisely, if you observe this, how she kept him excited. Because in excitement, they will get a star from the sky, and he got this diamond pendants of Queen for her, to help her serve the Queen. they sort of fighter hero. They're reckless. They mastermind, of masses. They have very active lifestyle, and you can observe this in the first episode when he came and he sees Musketeers training. He is not just staying and staring. No, he's trying to do something, to practice with his hands. He's trying to copy them. So fire, learning in an action. And always fire must be in charge, must be right. They're very hot-tempered. At times they are aggressive, as they curse a lot. They really curse and using cuss words a lot, like canalia, with his famous canalia. Fire never accepts weakness. Never. You always need to keep up with his movement. What else here? And fire, here I want to draw a parallel. Fire promises a lot on the rise when they inspired. And when they fuse, subsidize, when they're not that motivated, they change in their mind. And here, difference between air and fire. When air is promising you something, they have no intention to do. They just blah blah in order to blah blah. When fire promising you something, he or she truly believes that they will do this. But they need to get fuel. You must give, if you want fire to do something for you, you must constantly give fuel. Like for me, fuel is comments, fuel is likes, fuel is views, fuel is interesting discussions with interesting people. That's my fuel here. The more you giving it to me, the more I'm sharing with you of my knowledge, of my wisdom, of unique cases which might help you to transform your life, because I am the master of transformations here. But if I am not getting enough views, enough likes, enough comments, of course I'm not motivated to move my finger for what you interested in. It's like a story with these videos of BTS and Jungkook. Let me open this. You were asking about Jimin, his future wife, but if we go to videos about his future wife, how many views was there? Let me tell you how many views. Okay, how many views? Jimin, where was this Jimin? 788. It's not even 1,000. So do you really think I will be interested in doing more videos on him? No. Because my third element is Earth. I will be interested in making these videos about primary elements for people whom I consider in mine, whom I consider in my soul tribe. So, and I will be only doing what's interesting to me without giving up on what others demanding here. If you demanding, make sure you providing me with enough of fuel and enough of motivation. And when you asking when's the next video on Jimin, I truly don't know. Whenever you motivate me to make it, I will be making it. And same about Harry Styles, same about BTS, same about all the other artists. Whenever I feel motivated, it's like you come and asking, for example, about Tom Felton. It's 1 or 3 comments, but I am from same person. I'm not seeing any interaction with my other videos which are important to me. I'm not seeing. I'm not getting fuel, so I won't be moving my finger to do this. I wouldn't be moving my finger to do this. So you must understand how it works with fire. But here they will promise just in order to promise. Just say blah 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 without even intention to do this. Yes, I will do this if I see enough of fuel, if I will get enough motivation. This is how fire works. Other way, I will be making a video for those people whom as affected by my third element, earth element, for these people whom I consider in my soul tribe, with whom I can discuss these things at Instagram, in comments below, with whom I can connect, who understands me, who willing to discover things with me, who consider me as one of the spiritual teachers. I will be working for these people. And for other videos, I'm not getting paid, and I'm not seeing enough fuel. Why should I do this? It's not my interest. I'm not that interested in life of celebrities. I only interested in world important events, as I was given predictions about situation with this virus thing and everything. So I won't be moving a finger as far as you come and asking about Jimin. First of all, I'm not seeing you interacting under my other videos and taking something useful for yourself, extracting from my other videos which are not about Jimin. And second one, I'm not seeing enough of views for this video, which gonna shower my ego. Yeah, let's be honest, because this honesty, you know, this positive trait of fire people and earth people. Okay, so hard to convince. It's very hard to convince fire in some sense. They are fighters. They are very bright players in life. About minuses, they are self-praise. Yeah, they are self-praise as well as D'Artagnan. And they don't really care about other people's feelings. They can be, you know, they often fierce, and they might respond rudely. I'm not the sweetest person in the world, and if you come in here expecting from me some empathy as you can get from water reader or something, or if you drop in your shit without thinking here, you will be getting rude response. This is number one. What you should expect: rude response from me. Number one, ban from me. Number two, because I'm kicking such people out. Darlings, it's like, you know, some of you come in here like, this is fake astrology, you fake astrologer. Asshole, where you have seen that I present myself as astrologer? No, I'm matrix reader. I'm professional matrix reader. I invested 10 years of my life into collaboration with different astrologers, Vedic, Western, different, very different. I invested 10 years in experimenting with astrology, trying to apply astrological knowledge in my life and see what will happen next. And nothing happened. So just for entertainment, I'm viewing astrology not as practical tool as matrix, but only for entertainment. And for entertainment, I posted you some astrological videos, because many people don't know, they don't have a clue what matrix is, and they come in guided by astrology, maybe as a clickbait. Okay, let's call it clickbait, but they discover that there is a much better tool than astrology in fact. So I'm not claiming that I'm astrologer. And before coming with such comment that you fake astrologer, blah blah blah, no, asshole, you should come here next way. Tell them, look, I disagree with information you provided in this astrological video about this person. I have seen this one video, this astrologer, and I think it describes better. Maybe you can learn from this astrologer something, or maybe other people can watch and compare. Arms wide open. These comments, welcomed. But if you come in here with like blah 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 blah, your bubble will be bursted. And if you come in expecting some cries over empathy, sugar-coating words, babe, you're in the wrong channel. You are such a wrong channel, please. I will be maybe adding, for those of you who love this sugar coating and everything, there are perfect readers, very nice one, whom you can always watch. But I am telling what I am telling. And what I'm telling, many readers, baby, believe me, have no clue about if you ask him. Actually, I think that being a reader, this is very responsible thing. And readers must be certified as the doctors as well. But anyway, we live in now, so, and this is topic for another video, not for elements. I was carried away. Sorry, guys. Let's finish this. Let's summarize. I invite you to dedicate your weekend to watch this beautiful, wonderful movie produced in 1979. If you want to watch it or not, you can make first impression or judgment through sort of trailer. And as a trailer, I am adding this beautiful, wonderful song with the motto that one for all and all for one, like gonna fight one for all and all for one, gonna protect. I am adding this short video with this song. You watch it, see the patterns, and decide if you want to watch this movie with English subtitles or not. And then I am inviting you to have a discussion in the comments with me. That was long video. Thank you everyone, guys, who was with me till the end. Some of you maybe struggled with my English pronunciation. I'm so sorry, but practice only will make it better. So the more videos I'm making, the better you will understand me with the time. I hope. I really hope so. I wish you a really nice day. I wish you super weekend with super movie and super energies, and then I will be waiting for you here in the comment section for discussion. And I offer you, use your brain, turn on your brain, because I want to teach you something here. Turn on your brain and try to figure out about other characters in this movie. Queen, which primary element is hers? King, which primary element is his, and why you decide so. So I want you to start applying knowledge I am giving you in practice. Like D'Artagnan, he was staying there watching Musketeers fighting, but he wasn't just staring, he was trying something. If you see at the beginning of the movie, he was trying something. After all, you know, he was trying to do something. So I'm invited you to be a D'Artagnans with me and try to apply your knowledge, make your judgments, watch movie, make your notes as I made here with me, not even I made based on mainly first episode. Second, I started to make notes and already decided if I'll keep making, this is gonna be 3 hours 3 hours video. Okay, so Queen, Constance, King, Cardinal, My Lady, what are their elements, primary elements, and maybe third element someone will be able to guess, like the third elements based on film script and their behavior. So please, my darlings, and I'm waiting your suggestions in the comments about each character. We're gonna discuss this and I'm gonna tell you at the end of the are you right or are you wrong. It's more complicated than to make judgments about Musketeers. It's still 4 of them, it's so obvious, and 4 elements, and I have chosen this this favorite movie of my childhood to illustrate these 4 elements for different types of men. But you invited to make judgments about man, woman in this movie, other characters. Yeah, I think that's enough. I named you enough of husband of this Constance as well. Yeah, you can make judgments about them. Which primary elements are theirs? Okay, what it gonna be? Start applying your knowledge. Start turning on your brain, making your own conclusions. Not just blah, 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 blah. Make your own conclusions. So guys, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening for so long, for watching all the advertisements here. Oh, really, thank you. See you guys. Bye bye.